Welcome everybody to another video of Dead by Daylight. My name is Cubeproductions. Today we're using Skull Merchant as always, using a really interesting build. This build is focused around breaking pallets and exposing survivors. And the reason why we're using this build, the build is focused on making every single survivor exposed, but also breaking the pallets while we do it. And to do that, we're using Spirit Fury, very simple perk. Once you break 2 pallets, the next time you get stunned, the entity will automatically break the pallet for you. We have Hubris, where if you get stunned by a pallet, the survivor who stunned you becomes oblivious for 20 seconds. We have Enduring, where if you get stunned by a pallet, you're actually stunned for 50% less time than usual. And then lastly, we have Brutal Strength, where we can break pallets, walls, and damage generator 20% faster. And that really works with geographical readout, because this add-on lets us do the same thing, except an additional 20% faster, including vaulting windows. We have battle targeting process to make survivors move slower if they are injured. I was going to change it for a different add-on, but I chose to keep battle targeting processor just in case we have to get a survivor claw trap so they can move even slower. Without further ado, let's get to the game so I can show you how great this build is. Okay, playing on Cold Tower today. I like this map a lot. As you can see, one of my subscribers, Swansea, wanted me to use this build where we break pallets really fast. So that's why we have geographical readout and brutal strength. And then we have Jacoby, who wanted me to use a build using Spirit Fury and Hubris to make survivors make them exposed once they stun us with pallets, and they also want to use Enduring too. So because of that reason, we combined both builds together into this special showcase. But as you can see, everyone's leaving the game immediately because apparently when you play Skull Merchant, even with a mean build, you still get through rage quitting because apparently, I don't know why, honestly. Like, it's so funny. I can use no perks and they'll rage quit, but then they'll fight against a nurse, like it's totally fine. I don't get it. But this guy is going to stun me, and then I'm like, aha, the build's gonna work. And then he's gonna get exposed. But because of the pad right here, I'm like, dang it. So I thought he wasn't gonna vault the window because of the fact that, you know, I was gonna read him doing it. But instead he did anyway, and I'm like, dang it. So I'm not gonna get any value out of my Hubris, sadly. So I'm like, oh man. And right when Hubris ends is when he decides to vault the window. So I'm like, well, there goes my Hubris play. But it's fine because I'm gonna go after him anyway and I want to down him. But I'm not gonna show this first game. I just want to show y'all that first thing that should have hit, but it didn't. And second thing, that 3 people left the game immediately because apparently when I'm playing Storm Merchant, memes aside, I still get people disconnecting. But yes, let's go to the next game so I can show you how great this build is. Okay, putting on the Fractured Cowshed. This time we're actually gonna be able to use the build because no one's gonna leave the game, hopefully. But yes, if you have any build ideas, please let me know in the comments. I always read y'all's comments. Speaking of comments, thank y'all so much for the last video. I have gained, I believe, 5 more subscribers than I had before. And I don't know why y'all love, well, I'm so glad y'all here, of course, but this is so funny because it's like, I literally will go to sleep, respond to some of the comments, and then I will wake up and I just look at my subscriber count just increase, and I'm like, wow. And I'm just like, oh, so happy. Because first thing, I'm just surprised because it's like, wow, people actually watching Skull Merchant. And it makes me so happy because it's like, first, I just wasn't expecting it, and y'all the best. All this girl right here is going to stun me, but because of my geographical readout, we're going to break the pallet faster. She's gonna vault the pallet, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna catch her right here. I knew she was gonna vault the pallet because she had no option or she's gonna die. I down her, and then she's like, oh, I can't believe a Skull Merchant outplayed me. I don't want to play this game anymore. Skull Merchant is so broken. How dare she use the perk Hubris against me, and it worked. Like, oh my gosh, and then left the game. I just don't understand how survivors think sometimes. Like, why did you leave? You're the one who got outplayed, but apparently I'm I don't get it. It just makes no sense. So right here I'm gonna chase Dwight. Dwight's going to stun me. Then he's like, oh. He's like, okay. Dwight's like, okay, I guess I lose. And I'm like, yes, you lose. So that was so funny. That was a funny reaction. Yu Jung Lee got triggered, and then Dwight's like, well, I lose. And it's just the funniest reaction ever. That's why I love playing Killer. You just get matches like this that are just so fun. And then you let you know like the different personality of certain survivors. But anyway, yeah, I thank y'all so much for all the support y'all give me. Like I said, I read every single comment. If you have any builds you want to use, or even use a certain killer, let me know. Speaking of that, Jacoby asked, he said, and use Blight so you can catch up to them. I didn't know if he meant like a Blight add-on or if he meant like actually Blight the Killer. But if he meant Blight the Killer, I can do another video where I use Blight instead of Skull Merchant. To be fair, I've actually literally never touched Blight one time. I do have him in Prestige 1 because I want all Blight's perks so I can put him on Skull Merchant. But I've never even touched Blight. I know Blight is not an easy killer to pick up. But if y'all want me to pick a different killer, please let me know. I have done builds where I picked different killers. I think I had a game where I used Wesker. I had a game where I used Freddy. I do like playing different killers, but I personally just like Skull Merchant the most. I just have the most fun with her. I get to try wacky builds like this. I get to just be as wacky and as fun as possible. I found really cool tech with her, like the fact that you can use Save Best for Last on her and not have to worry about you losing drones. I saw a crow move over here, so I knew there was a person over here, and I was right. It was Dwight. I was hoping he would drop the pallet, that way I could break it and become and get my Spirit Fury back, but no. Then I'm gonna find the bot who deserves to die because apparently I am just like really strong. So right here I'm gonna get hit by this thing. That way she becomes exposed, and then we're going down her again. It's just funny how the bot gets down the exact same way that the person got down. And then they're gonna break my hook, and I'm like, okay, but it's fine because I have another hook, and luckily Saboteur only happened. You only can use Saboteur once every 6 seconds, I believe. So I don't have to worry about them breaking this hook, and I get to hook the obsession right here. Not obsession, the bot right here. And we're gonna kick this gen faster thanks to Brutal Shrimp. It's so funny because I haven't used Brutal Shrimp in a long time. Another thing about build requests, by the way, is when y'all do build requests, it makes me really happy because I get to, like, of course, you know, use y'all's builds and see how well I can deal with them. But also, it makes me use perks I've never used before. And I never use Brutal Shrimp, I never use Hubris, I never use Enduring. I do use Spirit Fury sometimes, but it's rare. But the fact of the matter is, I never use any of these perks. So, when someone wants me to use them, it's like, wow, this is really cool. So right here, I'm going to try and break this pallet when he's, like, near it. He's gonna go towards the shack, and I'm like, dang it. And I know he's gonna make the shack pallet, but he didn't make the shack pallet. And so he made a different pallet, which is equally as bad. Right here, I'm gonna keep this pallet down because I want to break it later. That way, I can get my Spirit Fury. So yeah, that way I can get unstack the Spirit Fury words. Right here, so I'm gonna get a Claw Trap. So I'm like, yes. Also, I forgot to mention the add-ons we're using. Of course, we're using what's it called? Of course, I changed the add-on I was using from the last game. That's what it was. That's why I was confused when I started the video and I saw the bio-targeting processor. No. Because Jacoby wanted me to use Blight, I didn't know he meant like actually using Blight like the serum or using Blight the Killer. So I use an add-on that makes me move faster. And that add-on is okay. Watch this, by the way. She gets stunned. Then I break the pallet. And then she dies. Like, when you stun me, thanks to head on, it still exposes you, but because she was already claw trapped, she was already injured, so it didn't really matter if she was exposed. But it's just the fact that, like, all that turn of events is just insane. But yeah, so because of that reason, I wanted to use expired batteries. That way I get a speed boost, but the claw traps don't last nearly as long, which is fine by me. The speed boost is more important, so that's why we can catch up the survivors really easily when we after we expose them. And of course, I put that drone there. That drone did not pop up. Nothing new. That's a bug that's been happening, and I just basically wasted my power. Right here, this girl's gonna keep going inside the locker, and she gives up, and I'm like, oh, okay. I guess she's done playing in Skull Merchant. How dare you have a fun, mean build? But because I feel like she has Decisive, I don't really want to pick her up, but I also don't really have any other options. But then I see someone over here, and it must be Dwight, because honestly, who else would it be? And I'm gonna chase them, and I don't even see them, but them chase me and start to play, and I'm like, okay. It's not Dwight, but I am gonna get my Spirit Fury back. I keep losing track. I'm trying to say, I'm so sorry. What I'm trying to say is, thank y'all so much for all the support y'all give me. If you like the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I read every single comment. I respond to every single comment. If you have any builds, let me know. This girl had Dead Hard, sadly, so I kind of just messed up. I should have known that, but I wasn't paying attention, honestly. But then she's gonna get claw trapped. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I guess I win. Because now I can just track where you are. But this loop right here is gonna be really annoying, so I have to basically break this pallet. But she's not gonna drop it. I'm trying to be untenable and hit her, but there's not even a pallet here, so I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm gonna continue chasing her. Then it hit me. That is a gen over here. I didn't even know there was. And right here, I'm gonna put a pallet. I'm gonna put a drone, and then I'm gonna try and chase her, but she is. I was gonna say she's really good at looping, but then she decided to fall out the window right there, so it's kind of funny. But yes, I'm gonna chase her, and down here they do a generator in the shack. That was Dwight. Dwight's like, I'm gonna be as far away as possible and not die by a Skull Merchant. It's probably him. But yes, thank y'all for the support. I will read y'all comments and use any build y'all requests. I will definitely make a video with them. There's another video coming where someone else, he didn't request me to use the build, but I saw him say he uses this build, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna use this build. And that's my thought process sometimes when it comes to builds. And I really like this build, actually, because I don't really use these perks, like I said, so it's funny to use new perks for the first time. That's why I try and do, like, in every video, I try and do builds with new perks. This girl's like, I give up. I'm like, okay. I try and do builds with new perks. That's why you'll see me, like, one video I might use, like, Blood Echo, and another video I might use Xenophobia. It's because using different perks in WWE, like, instead of using the same one every single time, is really fun. The only problem is the reason why you don't see a lot of people, like, you'll see some YouTubers use it, but then you'll see some YouTubers like use the best build possible for their killer. It depends on what they're doing. Like, you can use the best build and have fun, you can use meme builds and have fun, you can do both like I do. But the problem is, I found the best, I think, build for Skull Merchant. I'm actually gonna post a video about that soon, what the best build for Skull Merchant is right now. But I also don't really know what the best build for Skull Merchant is. If you think you know what the best build for Skull Merchant is, please let me know in the comments. I will definitely take a look at it, and maybe I'll make a video of that. I'm blind, and I can't see where I'm going, but it doesn't really matter because of the fact that I can still, if she gets claw trapped or scammed by my drone, I can find where she is. I can find out where she is. I'm kick this generator because at 100% basically. I'm not trying to let them finish it, but the problem is I don't know where the survivors went. Right here, I'm gonna see a lot of noise notifications. I'm like, you must be inside this locker. But because of the fact that someone gets claw trapped, I'm like, okay, you're my target. Grab her, that way she can't finish the gen. Notice how, even though they had to do 5% of the regression, they already did the 5% regression. So now I have to kick that gen, and I have to keep it kicked and basically stop that gen for the rest of the game because I don't want the survivors doing it. I was gonna go chase him, and then it hit me. Wait a minute, the gen is more important. I hear him drop the flashbang, so I'm not gonna let him do that. Right here, he's going to get. I want to get a free hit on him. That weird noise. She's gonna go for the rescue, which means that I need to kick this generator, or one of them's gonna randomly fly towards it. But I also kind of want to kill one of them if I can. So I'm trying to kill the bot because the bot is next to a pallet, but the bot's like, okay, I learned from my mistakes. I'm not dropping down any more pallets ever again against the Skull Merchant, and I'm like, okay. So right here, bot is still surprisingly here. She's gonna drop it immediately instead of waiting like I thought she was gonna do. So I'm gonna check the map to see where everyone is, and I look, and there is someone actually going back towards this generator, so I must kick it. Here comes Dwight. Dwight's like, okay, Skull Merchant can see where I am. I need to be careful, and I'm like, yes, yes you do. So he's gonna go towards the shack where it's really annoying to loop him, but because I can't track the other survivor, I'm going to figure out instead of me trying to like risk it all and try and catch the survivor off guard, I'm gonna just put a drone. I'm gonna kick that generator and then put a drone up there. That way, hopefully, the drone will track them and I know exactly where they are. Because the survivors accidentally, they didn't 3-gen themselves, but they kind of 3-gen themselves. So because of that reason, I now need to protect this one gen. I don't even care about the other gens, really. It's going to take them 90 seconds to complete the other 2 gens, while it'll take them 10 seconds to complete the gens that I'm trying to protect. So because of that reason, it makes more sense to just protect the one generator that I know has the most progress than it does to go after the other ones that have a lot of progress. Dwight is right here. I'm like, please get claw trap. That way I can make you move slower. But instead what happens is he runs towards someone else, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I was gonna go after her, pick her up, but it hit me that no, I can't do that because Dwight exists, and if Dwight does the generator, I actually lose the game. So I need to make sure to defend. Now I know some people who read my comments, so I know a lot of people in my comment section are really positive towards Skull Merchant, and the reason why that surprised me, also Spirit Fury, then Dead Hard, but it was obvious, so I just kill him. So the reason why I don't go after the bot right now is because the bot is a bot. Like, the chance of the bot actually doing the generator is like 4%. And the drone next to it, and bots don't go near drones. So I knew that I had to worry about the generator because of the fact that it's a bot. I love how bots have predictable AI. So we're going to kill Dwight, and then we're going to track the next person because they touched my drone. And they bought the window, and I'm like, dang it. Please, drone, touch them. It touched them, but the problem is they just lost their claw trap, so I don't get any value. So I'm gonna kill the bot now because I get to kill everyone one by one. This is what happens when you don't tunnel. You kill every single person one by one. I actually prefer to hook people more than like kill them. And the reason why I say that is because you get more blood points the more you hook them. That's the main reason why I do it. And I love blood points when it comes to Scrum Merchant because I'm trying to get Prestige Scrum Merchant. At the time of recording this video, I believe I'm Prestige 25. But at the time of actually like being done with all the recording, I believe I'm actually Prestige 30. Because the Blood Moon event is out at the time of posting this video, and the Blood Moon event is a really good event. A lot of people don't like it. I personally love it because of the fact that it gives you so many blood points. A lot of people also are complaining about the fact that it's red and everything is red. And I do admit I do have a hard time sometimes. Well, I have had a hard time sometimes. What's it called? Finding survivors because red scratch marks plus red map. But at the same time, I'm playing Scrum Merchant, so if I don't need scratch marks to find you. I can literally just use my tracking device and it will tell me where you are. Here on radar. So I don't have to worry. So right here, I'm gonna go after her, but because I thought I heard the hatch, I turned back and I realized the hatch is more important than trying to chase her. And then she runs towards me and she's like, "Kill me!" And I'm like, "Yes, ma'am." So because of that reason, I'm going to down her and we're going to hook her, and that is the second technically game, but it's the first game of the video where we use this really, really good build. Also, I recommend using this build because Hubris is actually a really good perk. It is hard to use because you get stunned by a pallet, and then you get stunned by a pallet, you get stunned for like a second and a half, maybe 2 seconds. Then you have to break the pallet, and that's basically 5 seconds of Hubris already gone, while the survivor has run away from you, and you're not able to catch them. The only exception to that rule is you're playing like, I don't know, the center bite and you can slow them down, or maybe the clown and you can slow them down, or maybe the best would be the singularity. But I don't really know. But yeah, I'm Prestige 25 at the moment. I'm trying to get Prestige 100, but that'll take some time. But let's go to the next game so I can show you how great this build is. Okay, playing on Blood Lodge. I actually like this map, kind of. But this map is really weird. It's really big. But normally, the gens spawn in actual reasonable locations. This time, they did not spawn in reasonable locations. But normally they do. So right here, I'm going to try and catch this girl off guard. But she's like, I have sprint burst. So I'm like, oh. Okay. And then she can go towards the shack. So part of me wants to chase her here because she might drop the shack pallet. And then part of me is like, no. But then this girl right here is like, I'm going to drop the shack pallet. I'm like, okay. And then she gets exposed immediately. And I'm like, yay. Then she's going to chase me here. Drop this pallet. Okay, I'm like, yes. She still has 10 more seconds of exposed, and I'm like, okay, I'm probably not gonna be able to get her, but I will try my hardest. She's gonna vault the window because she's like, I'm not trying to die. I'm gonna vault the window because you must die. She's the one on that generator, I don't really care. And then right here, I'm like, okay, please stun me. But she's like, I'm gonna drop the pallets instantly now because I realize that you're going to kill me. And I'm like, yes. Yes, I am. So right here, I'm like, you better drop the pallet on me. She does. Exposed. Dead. Literally a 30-second chase because she wanted to expose herself. I'm confused why she did what she did. Like, she literally knew I had hubris, and she can tell I had brutal strength to how fast I'm breaking the pallet, but she still proceeded to drop it on me, and I don't know why. But at least she didn't leave the game like the other survivors did last time. But anyway, we're going to chase this girl right here, but we're going to break this wall. However, wall is broke, and now we're going to hit the generator with our feet, and then we're going to chase the survivor. So because of that reason, I know she's going to probably go towards the shack because she might make it, but luckily she does not make it. I want her to stun me with this pallet. She does. Hubris activates, and now we're going to chase her. As long as she doesn't have like smash hit, I don't have to worry. She's going to vault this window. I'm like, yeah, she got stuck, and now I kill her. I love Hubris. When it works, it works. It's just so funny when Hubris works out. Okay, I feel like it should never work, and I kind of felt like it should buff Hubris to like 25 seconds. But as you can see in this video, it actually been working out pretty well. But anyway, next survivor, where are you at? But I can't figure out what they are, and then they do a gen immediately. So I'm like, dang it. The only thing I hate about Hubris is the fact that like you need to get stung by a pallet, and sometimes survivors don't stun you, and they're kind of annoying. And then once they figure out you have Hubris, they're not going to stun you anymore. At least in theory, they shouldn't stun you anymore, but apparently they just do, which is kind of sad. They do another gen. I wasn't expecting to do that gen. This girl has sprint burst. So I'm like, why? So now I really hope I can find a pallet she can stun me at, but she can't. I don't see a pallet, so we're gonna just slice her in half. I probably should have switched out one of these perks for what's it called? Wasn't it that perk? I probably should have switched like one of these perks for Devour Hope. Maybe got with a brutal strength, but the whole point of this video is to use a build my viewers requested. So right here, I want her to drop the pallet, which she did. I'm gonna get a free hit on this girl, but I missed because I'm terrible. Then I'm going to try and get her to get scanned by a drone one more time so I can get a cloud up on her, and then only have to hit her once. So right here, I'm gonna miss, but cloud trap happens, and now I get to be able to down her. And she did not get mind gamed, but she did go to this really unsafe-ish pallet. If you swing randomly, of course, it's going to be an unsafe pallet. If you don't swing randomly, it's going to be a really annoying pallet you have to deal with. So bro, I'm going to go hook this girl. I'm going to try and break the pallet that was over there that I know the survivors are at. The reason why I say this map is kind of bad when it comes to gens is I have two gens that are kind of far from each other at the edge of the map. I have two gens that are far from each other, also at the edge of the map, and then I have these middle gens that are kind of far from each other, but also are at the middle of the map. So basically, every generator is like at least like a terror radius away from each other, which is kind of bad because Storm Merchant gets a long walk. But I'm gonna kick this generator. I kind of wish Brutal Strength honestly was base kick because that kick animation just felt so good. I'm gonna kick this pallet. And now we have our Spirit Fury, so next time we get stunned, we are able to expose survivors, break the pallet, and chase them. And as long as they don't have smash hit, I don't really have to worry about anything. So right here, I'm going to chase this girl, but they do another generator. I'm like, no. They're doing gens much faster than I expected. This girl is going to be chased, but the problem is there's no pad over here, and I don't feel like going towards the shack because I know that's kind of a far distance, and do I really want to go that far? Not really. So because of that reason, I'm going to continue going back towards the hook. I know they're going to try and save her, and then become unattackable so I can try and catch up to them without them knowing. And we down someone. This is the reason why you make sure you pay attention as how close or far you are from the survivors. That's one reason why I do recommend using the add-on. What's that add-on? I forgot the name of the add-on. Infrared lightings? Something like that. Infrared laser? I can't remember what it's called. But it's an add-on where basically, no, infrared lighting. It's called something lighting. Basically, it's the add-on where you are unhittable for 20% longer, which I believe is 2 seconds longer. And the reason why the add-on is really useful is basically you become unattackable longer, so you can use it at further distances and catch survivors off guard. Now, I do know the timing and how far I have to be from my generator to be able to use it and not get and the survivors won't know I'm coming from. But it would be easier if you just use the idea of Spirit Fury. Right here, this girl is gonna get her sprint burst, and I'm like, okay, but because my drone's like, she gets hit by it and gets slowed down. So basically, she went from I'm 150% faster, so I'm 140% faster, and then I get a speed buff because she's on the radar, and then I catch her. It was really funny. It'd be kind of funny if the way Storm Merchant's power worked is instead of them getting slowed down, she just got a speed buff based on how fast they're going. So if they're going at 150% speed, I go at 125% speed automatically. That'd be so funny. That'd be kind of broken. I don't know. Speaking of broken, let me know in the comments if you think Storm Merchant needs a nerf or not. And the only reason I'm bringing this up is because of the fact that I was watching one of my favorite streamers, and he had mentioned he's surprised that Storm Merchant hasn't got any changes yet. And in my head, I was like, why would Storm Merchant need changes in the first place? But not like in a mean way. But in my head, I was like, because I play Storm Merchant, I know her flaws and also her strengths. And that's why I get confused when people complain about Storm Merchant. I'm like, you do realize there's way worse killers in the game. Like Storm Merchant is not that strong compared to other killers. So I can, but also she has the highest win rate in the game. But that's not really because of Storm Merchant. It's because people give up against her, so they don't know who it is. She wins, or they don't know how to play against her, and then I win. That Cloud Trap went away so fast, by the way, thanks to expired batteries, which sucks, but it's fine. The speed buff is more important than the actual Cloud Trap. Also, even though the Cloud Trap's gone, I still know exactly where she is, and she got hit by another thing, so I know exactly where she's going. The same exact thing that happened earlier happened again, where the survivors basically were both running each other, and are going to get down. But because of Spirit Fury, we can swing like a gorilla and get stunned and still break the pallet. I love this perk. Like, it's so funny how I can basically act like a fool and swing like an imbecile every single time, and the survivor either has to drop the pallet and not die, but then they die 2 seconds later, or they don't drop the pallet and they get hit. This is so funny to me. I also find it funny. I don't think Ozdara talked about Spirit Fury being a not balanced perk. He talked about the perk Coup de Grace being too strong and it's an unfair perk, but he never talked about Spirit Fury. I feel like Spirit Fury is worse. Like, the fact that you can break a pallet and swing every single time out of loop and not have to worry is kind of insane. This girl had their heart. I'm like, okay. And then they do the next gen, so I'm like, no. Try to break this pallet because I want to get my Spirit Fury back. And as you can see, the generators are far across from each other, and I cannot really defend these at all. So basically, instead of me defending, I need to just what's it called, down survivors as fast as possible. So right here, I want this girl to get exposed, so I need a pallet, but instead she's like, no. Then she definitely has sprint burst, most likely, and she's either saving it or she's like just gonna wait. So right here, I'm gonna try and go around, that way she doesn't drop the pallet immediately. Then let her drop it and murder her. Don't know why this works every single time. Like, she hasn't seen people just get dropped immediately like this, like throughout the entire game. Like, literally, I think I did this exact same thing 3 different times already. So I don't know why the survivors don't like adapt and realize I have Spirit Fury plus Hubris. Also, I'm pretty sure she stunned me before, so I'm a little confused why she didn't remember that, but whatever. So right here, I'm going towards the generator. I'm going to put a drone up, that way they don't know where I'm coming from. And then because of the fact that I was a little too close, she definitely still saw me. I'm afraid of a dead hard, but because I don't really have any other options, I just swing like a madman anyway, and we're able to get it down. Hook her. She's dead on hook, and then they're gonna go for the rescue, because if you don't go for the rescue, you're basically throwing. But the problem is I'm really hooked, so now she really can't go for the rescue because I will murder her soul. And she's already injured, so if I hear someone injured, I know exactly what to do. If my drone gets touched, I know exactly where to go. So basically, she's in a really, really bad spot. Of course, I'm not gonna camp because I don't care enough about winning to camp. But I am just gonna make sure I watch carefully in case the survivor does rescue. I see my drone got touched. I'm like, where'd you come from? Where are you? And she's at the rescue. But because of the fact I'm untenable and I move pretty fast, I can catch up to them. Now, of course, them getting their speed boost from the borrowed time off the hook is actually really beneficial for them, and it does make them absolutely outspeed me. But I am still pretty fast, so I can catch them off guard. So right here, I'm like, where'd you go? Like, I literally just saw you. I'm like, wait a minute. I smell your blood. And now their soul is mine. But they have the seismic strikes. I'm like, ugh, disgusting. But now they're exposed because of hubris, but it's kind of funny. I find it funny how enduring does not affect hubris. Also, that hit, by the way. But the other hit that happened earlier in this video did not hit. To be fair, it should not have hit. But it's funny how this one hit, but the other one didn't. But anyway, I find it funny how enduring doesn't stop the stun from what's it called, from the seismic strike happening. But for some reason, hubris makes you exposed. Doesn't really add up behavior, but you do you. Also, I don't know why you want to expose them anyway, unless they literally get instant healed, which is not gonna happen. Unless they're using like adrenaline, then I don't really see the point in them being exposed. Also, even if you could use the exposed to your benefit, another problem arises, and that's the fact that they are gonna be far from you because, you know, they're exposed. But this is funny to me how that works. This is a really weird interaction. So right now, we found the hatch, and then we have to try and figure out which which door the survivor's gonna be at. But luckily, she's not at this door. And I'm trying to remember what happened in this game, but I think I remember now. It's kind of funny. So she's not at this door, so I'm like, okay, quickly go to this door. But I don't see her at this one either, but I'm gonna put a drone up there. Now, before Old School Merchant, I could put a drone at an exit door, and you literally had to disable it. And if you didn't disable it, I knew exactly where you were. But New School Merchant, of course, I can't do that. You can just crouch to dodge the drone beams, and then you can go to the door. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna pray this survivor isn't the smartest one and will get hit by these drones. But instead what happens is she actually doesn't go to either door, and for the next like 2 minutes you just see her, oh, next minute you're just gonna see me doing this over and over again until she eventually dies. So I'm gonna cut that out and I'm gonna get to the in part of the game. But like I said, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you're new here, make sure you leave a comment and subscribe. Let me know how you feeling about everything. If you enjoyed the video, if you have any bit requests, let me know. If you're not new here, welcome back. I am trying to upload more consistently. I know y'all should know this, about I'm in college, so I don't really upload very consistently, but I'm trying my best because of the fact that I really want to get y'all more videos, and I already have like literally 8 videos planned. So if I have 8 videos but I only upload once a week, you're gonna get a video after 2 months. You'll finally get all the videos I had planned, and that's not fair. See y'all, so I'm trying my hardest. College is really busy, so I can't really make videos all the time. But again, I will try my hardest to do what I can. So yes, right here you can see this girl die all the way across the map. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what was the point of being over here when you could? Oh yeah, I know what happened. She went towards the hatch. She found the hatch, and then she was like, oh. And she was upset that she couldn't open it, so she just died on it. That's funny. But yes, that was the video. I actually really like this build. Make sure you send me more builds, and I will use them. But I'll see y'all in the next video. Have a nice day.